not be confused. If we talk about individualism, then we're not talking about African culture at all. So we want socialism. And don't be confused, Obama ain't a socialist. Don't be confused. Obama's not a socialist. But I'm an organizer for the All-African People's Revolutionary Party, and just recently I was honored to be elected international representative of the 6th Regional Diaspora Caucus. This happened at a Pan-African conference that was held by the SRDC in South Kakalaka this past summer. Y'all know South Kakalaka, right? All right. In North Kakalaka, South Kakalaka. Well, we were in South Kakalaka. And the most beautiful thing about that weekend and why we'll always remember it is because it was my birthday. So I celebrated my birthday among fellow Pan-Africanists. And not only did we organize the SRDC, we organized another component of the Pan-African movement, and that's the Pan-African Diaspora Union. We pulled together about 23 organizations. We all sat down at the same table, and we agreed to work together. That's another lie they tell about us. Oh, black people can't work together. Oh, black people this. Shut up. If you ain't got nothing better to say, shut your mouth. And anytime we hear somebody say something negative about our people, even if they ain't talking about us, we need to break into that conversation and say, if you ain't got nothing good to say, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Because we need to be repeating positive things, positive affirmations, talking about how great we are, how wonderful we are, how brilliant we are, how creative we are, how cooperative we are. These are the things that we need to be saying about our people and quit talking about all the negative. Because we know there's positive and negative in everything. So if we know there's positive and negative in everything, and negative don't bring you nothing, why are you talking negative? It's better to talk positive. Because the challenge in life is to dominate the negative with the positive. We have to speak it, and we have to be it. And quit talking about, well, I can't get in their business. Well, if they're talking bad about us, it is your business. We got to quit letting each other slide. We want to talk about how bad the white man is, and we let our own people walk over us every day. Are y'all tired of that? I know I'm tired of it. I'm to the point when someone come to me and wants to say the white man, I say, don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. I know that story. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about the fact that your cousin Junebug is the one that broke in my house last night and stole my flat screen TV. Let's talk about that. But we only going to talk about that for just a second because we know our people are doing wonderful things. So we're going to spend the most time talking about the wonderful things that our people are doing. So we brought these organizations together. We sat down at the same table and we agreed to work together. And there were some powerful organizations there, like Garvey's organization, the UNIA, the Universal Negro Improvement Association. The Secretary General of that organization was in the house. And we sat there and we agreed that we were going to use our organizational strength to help build the Pan-African movement. Because we all want to see Africa free. We all want to see Africa united. We want to see the real USA, the United States of Africa. The United States of Africa. We have to understand that unless that happens, we're going to be sitting everywhere across this planet talking about what we ain't got and what we can't do and why we in jail and why we dying and why everything we do seems to go wrong. Well, you obviously are thinking and doing the wrong things if that's what's happening to you. They got us in America calling ourselves minorities. Please, 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 please. Oh, no. We got to stop this. We got to stop it. We act like we're the only black folks on the planet. And you know that's a shame. That's a daggone shame. A brother and sister born here in America, an African, who look at another African that just got here like a Somali and say, that ain't me. What? That ain't you. Look just like you. I heard he like fried chicken too. So we have to begin to act and think in a positive way. That's the only way we're going to be able to rise out of the condition that we find ourselves in. And we have to understand the role that Africa plays. We say that we're talking about Kujichagulia, self-determination. And now we have to go deeper with all of these principles. We have to practice these principles every day of our lives, not just wait and celebrate them 7 days once a year. It could barely pronounce the Swahili words. But it ain't enough just to say the Swahili word and the English word, to repeat it over and over again. It doesn't mean anything if you're not using it to do something. It's like you need to dig a hole, but instead of you digging a hole, you walk around with your shovel like this. All right? You got a tool, so use it. But we have to understand that capitalism, like Kwanzaa Ture used to say, capitalism makes you think you're thinking when you're not thinking at all. It will make you arrogant in your ignorance to the point that you don't even want to hear the truth because you're so good wallowing in the negativity. And see, most of us know that once you hear the truth, then the next thing you got to do is act on the truth. But don't think for a minute that ignorance is bliss. That's another piece of nonsense they gave us. I say ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance will give you a blister. So we've got to elevate our mind. So when we come to these principles, it's not just enough to speak them. We have to act upon them. Because we've been doing Kwanzaa how long? Since the 1960s. That's how long we've been celebrating Kwanzaa, right? And how much real progress have we made? Let's be honest now. Let's be honest. And whose fault is it? Is it the white man's fault? Oh, we already know the role that white supremacy plays. We know the role that it plays. We just sit up here all day and talk about it. But let's talk about what we are doing, because you know some of us are better servants to white supremacy than the white supremacists themselves. Am I telling a lie? You know, so we need to start doing some soul searching. Some serious soul searching. When we get up in the morning and we look in the mirror, we got to see what we're really looking at. Not see what we think we're looking at, not see what we think we are, but look at what we really are. And what we are is what we do. You cannot say that you are for the liberation of your people and engage in activities that keeps yourself and ourselves enslaved. You can't keep going around pointing a finger at somebody else, talking about they did this, they did that. No, no, no. What are you doing? That's the question. Who can control you but you? I used to tell my children all the time, don't come tell me I did this because so-and-so and so made me. I said, I don't want to hear that. Because you're supposed to be in control of you. Nobody should be able to make you do anything that you know you should not do. But if you have a weak mind, you follow anybody that comes along. All they got to do is look good, have a nice smile, have a smooth voice, and next thing you know, they're the Pied Piper, and you chase them down the road. So understand, in order for us to have self-determination, we have to have land. We must have land. We must have land. We must have land. We must have land. And what land are we going to choose? Are we going to choose this land where they stole us and brought us here? Are we going to, this land that is in a heck of a lot of trouble because it is true you reap what you sow? Or are we going to choose the land of our origin? Are we going to choose the land that's the second largest continent in the world? Are we going to choose the land that holds the majority of the world's resources and the majority of those resources are still under the ground? What are we going to do? So this is what the SRDC is working on. This is what PADU is working on. This is what the All-African People's Revolutionary Party is working on, is getting us squarely focused on Africa. Because Africa is our only salvation. And we gonna go to Africa even if we got to swim back. Understand what I'm saying? Because things are getting that bad in America, if we're honest. If we're honest. But how can we expect to enjoy life when we were stolen from somewhere that is our home and brought somewhere that ain't our home? And I don't care how long we've been here, it ain't our home. If I steal you and take you to this sister's house, and I kick her out, and I use you to put a new roof on, I use you to put new plumbing in, when she come back for her house, what right do you have to say, well, it's my house now. I put the plumbing in, I put the roof on, I did this, I did that. No, don't get caught up in the trick bag. Don't end up aiding and abetting the thieves. We have to use self-determination. Think for ourselves. Be for ourselves. Work for ourselves. And stop pushing the positive. Stop pushing the negative and push the positive. Long live Pan-Africanism. Thank you very much.